Yes, shall we start? So I think we ended the charging section discussion. What is the charging section number, ma? Section 4. Every person whose total income of previous year exceeds maximum amount not chargeable to tax, that is only basic exemption limit, is called as an SSC. So now he is chargeable to income tax at the rate specified in income tax relevant to the assessment year. Now, so now we are discussing the tax rates. So how to calculate the tax liability? How to calculate tax liability? So simple. You have to calculate 3 components, and if you added these 3 components, you will get tax liability. What are the 3 components, ma? First, income tax liability. Second one, surcharge. Third one, health and education cess. So for calculating the income tax liability, please classify that incomes into normal incomes as well as special incomes. Normal incomes related, you can follow the old regime or new regime. So next, for special incomes, you have to apply special tax rates. So what do you mean by the surcharge, ma? Already if you calculated income tax, on that we can collect the one more type of tax, that is an surcharge. This health and education says you can apply on what, ma? Income tax and a surcharge all together, on that we can calculate the health and education cess. Clear up to now? Now, first one, I want to tell you how to calculate this income tax liability. So what are the rates? These are all the things we can discuss one by one. Shall we start, ma? Now, in person definition, we have an individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJB, partnership firm, company, all are there. What is the tax rate for that each and every person we can discuss separately. Now, in first layer, yes ma, now in 6th point, now I want to discuss the point number A. So today I want to tell you some points only. Remember A. Whose tax rates, ma? Individual, HUF, AOP, next one, ma? BOI, AJP. This person's tax rates we can discuss, ma. Sir, then you can ask one doubt, sir. What about company partnership firm? After some time we can discuss. After some time we can discuss. Sir, why we are discussing these as a set? Always these needs to be read as an one set only. Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. Already for this only we have an what, ma? Basic exemption limits. The remaining SSCs doesn't have any basic exemption limit. Please verify individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. That's why always we have to read these as an one set. What is that basic exemption limit under 115 BAC, ma? 3 lakh. What is the basic exemption limit under optional tax regime, ma? 2,50,000, 3 lakh, 5 lakh. While referring the tax rates, always we have to remember individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP as an one set. Clear? Okay. Yes, ma'am. I will give you time to copy. Please listen first. These are the SSCs required to calculate the income tax liability. Remember, sir, I am an individual. At the time of payment of tax, how to pay the tax, sir? In income tax website, you have to go and you have to pay the tax liability. You have to go and you have to pay the tax liability. But what is a default tax regime? That means if I am opening my income tax website portal, by default some tax rates will be taken. The tax rates only section 115 BAC. Okay, if I'm talking about subsections also, subsection 1A, 1 capital A. So you can call it as an 115 BAC, or you can call it as 115 BAC 1A. Sir, in income tax website, no need to calculate on your own, sir. If you presented your total income, defaultedly some tax rates will be applied and they will give the tax liability. Which tax rates by default they will give ma 115 BAC subsection 1A tax rates they will give. Now, remember, this is only we can call it as an default tax regime. What is that ma? Default tax regime. By default, these rates only we can take. That's why default tax regime. Next, this is a newly introduced regime. So that's why it can be called as what ma? New regime also. It can be called as a new regime also. Now, what are the three names we have ma? 115 BAC, 115 BAC, 1A, default tax regime. Next one, new regime. New regime. So here for individual HUF, AOP, BOI, HAP, under this regime, we don't want to check the age and residential status. Ma. Remember, in this regime, irrespective of the age, irrespective of the residential status, so here non-resident or resident or senior citizen, super senior citizen, always what is the basic exemption limit? 3 lakhs. So that's why here in this regime we are not at all considering the what ma age, residential status. Remember, individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, whether they are resident or non-resident or age is more than 60, more than 80, for all of them, what is the basic exemption limit ma? 3 lakh. So that's why no need to consider the age as well as what ma? Residential status. So just hold for the 30 minutes, you will get complete clarity also. Listen. Yes, what are the things no need to check ma? No need to check. What are two things no need to check in this regime? What are that? Age, aka residential status. Clear? Now, so for these persons, first we want to calculate the income tax liability. What is that ma? Income tax liability. Shall we grab? Okay. Shall we go ma? Yeah. First, what is it? Basically exempted ma? 3 lakhs. So that's why if you end the 0 to 3 lakh, yes ma, no need to pay any tax. 0 to 3 lakh, no need to pay any tax. 3 lakhs to next 7, that means what ma, how much differential amount ma? So 0 to 3 lakhs is exempt. Next 3 to 7 lakh means 3 lakhs to 7 lakh, how many lakhs we end additionally? 4 lakh. On that 4 lakhs, what is the rate ma? 5%. What is the rate? 5%. Next 7 lakh to 10 lakh. Yes, what is that next slab ma? 7 lakh to 10 lakh. What is the rate ma? 10%. What is the rate? 10%. Next 10 lakh to 12 lakh. What is the rate ma? 15%. Next 12 lakhs to 15 lakh slab. What is the rate ma? 20%. And above 15 lakh, whatever that amount is there. Example, my total income is 20 lakhs, sir. Above 15 lakh, how much amount is there ma? Above 15 lakh, how much ra? 5 lakh is there. In our case, what is the total income ma? 20. That means above 15 lakh, how much? 5 lakh. On that you have to apply. What is the rate ma? You can guess. So every time 5% increasing ma. Now what is that percentage applied in the last slab ma? 25 na? No, 30%. Here you have to remember one point. There is no 25% slab here. There is no 25% slab. Directly how much ma? 30. So please read along with me. 0 to 3 lakh, nil. 3 lakhs to 7 lakh, 5%. 7 lakh to 10 lakh, 10%. 10 to 12 lakh, 15%. 12 to 15 lakh, 20%. Above 15 lakh, 30%. Above 15 lakh, 30%. So now, sir, if you applied these rates on your total income, you will get what ma? Income tax liability. But now I want to calculate the surcharge. I want to calculate the what ma? Surcharge. Surcharge means what ma? Tax on tax. For whom we are discussing now? For individual, HUF, AOP, BOI. If they are following that AJP, if they are following the what ma? Default tax regime 115 BSC or new regime, these are the tax rates. But now if you are a rich person, along with this income tax you are required to pay what ma? Surcharge also. Along with this income tax liability, you are required to pay surcharge also. Shall we discuss? No. Before going to that, yes ma, before going to that, I want to highlight the AOP here. What is that ma? AOP. Sir, AOP means what ma? Association of persons. Okay. Just for example, I want to give you AOP. Here AOP is consisting of one partnership firm. Sir, partnership firm, and next one ma? Company, one individual. So nothing but whom any person can become the member in AOP. Now next AOP I want to take. Yes sir, next another AOP I want to take. In this AOP, yes sir, company 1, company 2, company 3. Here what is the speciality in this AOP ma? In this AOP, only who are becoming member ma? Companies. So clearly here I am saying one thing. AOP consisting only companies as an members. Only companies as an members. So what we need to check ma? For the AOP surcharge rates I will tell you separately. Here the same surcharge rates we can discuss. But separately I will tell you surcharge rates for this category. Yes ma? Separate surcharge rates I will tell you for this category. Yes, now I want to exclude the, yes sir, surcharge rates. Now I am discussing for whom? Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. But I want to exclude the what ma? One type of AOP. What is that ma? Other than AOP, AOP consisting only companies as members. Sir, in any AOP, only companies are becoming as a member. For that AOP, I will discuss separately surcharge rate. The remaining AOPs, yes, these are only surcharge rates we have to follow. We will discuss. Are you clear, ma? So please remember, now I am discussing the surcharge rates for that individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. But one type of AOP we have to exclude here. What is that AOP, ma? In AOP, companies only consisting as an members. Here, can you tell me which regime they are following, ma? 115 BAC, default, new regime. So now, income tax liability discussion is over. Now I want to discuss the, along with the income tax liability, surcharge also I want to discuss. Now, in order to know about the surcharge, what is a factor, ma, whether you are in rich or poor. If you are a rich person, we can collect the surcharge also from you. Okay. How we can decide whether one person is a rich and poor, ma? Based on total income. Based on total income, we can decide. Surcharge. Yes, sir. Total income as well as what, ma? Surcharge. Remember, individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. One type of AOP we are excluded. The remaining all, if their total income less than or equal to 50 lakh, no need to pay any surcharge, ma. No need to pay any surcharge, because if your total income is 50 lakh less than 50 lakh, no need to pay any surcharge. Suppose if your total income is more than 50 lakh less than or equal to 1 CR. So example, I have an 65 lakh total income. Now I am required to pay what, ma? Surcharge also, because more than 50 lakh less than or equal to 1 crore. Now what is the surcharge rate they are given, ma? 10%. But this 10% needs to be applied on income tax liability of 10% of what, ma? Income tax. 10% of what, ma? Income tax. More than 1 CR, less than or equal to what, ma? 2 CR. If your total income is more than 1 CR, less than or equal to 2 CR. Example, I have an 1 crore 90 lakhs, ma. 1 crore 90 lakh. In this range only I having the total income. Now what is the surcharge rate, ma? 15% is of what, ma? Income tax. Remember, surcharge computation always be on what, ma? Income tax liability. By using this tax rate, you will get income tax liability. On that you can calculate the surcharge. Next, more than 2 CR. Whatever that amount you have, more than 2 CR, surcharge rate will be, yes, ma, 25% of income tax. 25% of what, ma? Income tax. Now I can ask one question, ma. What is a maximum surcharge tax rate? What is it? Maximum surcharge rate for individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, in case if they are following the 115 BAC section or default tax regime, new regime. What is the maximum surcharge rate, ma? 25%. What is that, ma? 25%. Are you clear? So now, sir, this scheme is newly introduced, ma. I think 4 or 5 years back, you can simply remember. But they are given this as a default. If you open that income tax website, which rates will automatically will give the software, ma, these rates only. But I am an individual, but I don't want to follow this tax rates, sir. Because I don't want to follow this new regime or default tax regime 115 BAC. So that's why now you have an option to follow. Yes. So nothing but now you have an option to follow. Remember, this is a default one. If you don't want to follow this, you have an option to follow another regime also. So that's why that regime is called as what, ma? Optional. tax regime. What is the regime, ma? Optional tax regime. Or these are the rates only called as normal tax rates. These are only called as an old tax regime also. Are you understood, ma? So previously we have this one only, ma. Newly they are introduced this one, and this one only making as an what, ma? Default. What is the section number? 115 BSc subsection 1A. So old regime is there. This is only called as normal. Why they are given it as an option, ma? If you don't want to follow this, yes, you can follow this. That's why it is an just option for us. If you want to choose, yes, you can choose this option. But defaultly, if you want to take which rates, ma? 115 BAC 1A. Remember. Yes, Malhud Chintu. Correct. Now, remember, sir, just I am an individual. I am opening my income tax website, sir. These rates only they are given for filing of what, ma? My tax. But I don't want to follow this regime. I want to follow this one. Now, this facility of shifting. Shifting means as it is, you have to follow this one, ma. But they are given the facility of shifting from this regime to this regime. That section is nothing but, remember, section 115 BAC subsection 6 is given an option. This section given an what, ma? Option. So to SSC for what, ma? Shift out or opt out. What is that? Opt out from default regime. What is the default regime, ma? What is the default tax regime? 115 BAC. Default tax regime, that is what, ma? Section 115 BAC subsection 1A. So that means if any SSC is used this option, means they are shifting from this regime to what, ma? This regime. Remember, important, ma. I am an individual HU of AOB, BOI, AJP. What is the default tax regime, ma? 115 BSc. But you don't want to follow the 115 BSc. Can you shift from the 115 BSc to the other regime? Yes. In which section they are given that facility, ma? 115 BAC subsection 6. In that they are given the facility, sir, you can follow this regime, sir. If you don't want to follow, yes, this facility is given the 115 BAC 6. You can shift out or opt out from this regime to this regime. Clear? Now, these names are very important, ma. Default tax regime, new regime, 115 BAC means one and the same. Why they are calling it as an optional, ma? Now you can shift from default to other optional. That's why it is called as optional. This one is normal. This one is an old tax regime. This one is an old tax regime. Now, so now I want to discuss the what are the income tax rates. If you are following this regime, what are the income tax rates? Shall we start, ma? Okay. Give me 1 minute time, ma, just. Sir, that means being an SSC, I have an freedom to follow the any one of the rates or not, ma? Yes. Being an SSC, individual HF, AOP, BOI, AJP, you have an option to follow that what, ma? Any also. But defaultly they are given. But if you don't want to follow, yes, you can follow this regime. Now, shall we go with the income tax liability, ma? Now, sir, in this regime, what is the regime, ma? Optional regime, right? Old regime, right? Normal tax rate, right? Yes. In any name you can call this one, ma. What are the names, ma? Optional, normal, as well as what ma old tax. Sir, previously I given the optional tax regime. If you don't want to follow this, yes, you can follow this regime. In this regime, residential status also we have to check. Age also we have to check. Previously under 115 BAC, all are same only. No need to check residential status, no need to check age. But here what we need to check ma? Residential status and age also we have to check. Shall we discuss the tax rates ma? Yes. Listen carefully ma. First I want to discuss the tax rates for the few categories. What are the few categories? I will tell you. Yes ma'am. First I want to write individual who is a non-resident ma, completely he is a non-resident, and resident having less than how many years ma? 60 years. Less than how many years ma? 60 years. So next category HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. What is that ma? AJP. What is that basic exemption limit for these categories ma? Individual in case if he is a non-resident, resident having the less than 60 years, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. What is that ma? 2,50,000. So that means 0 to 2,50,000. If they haven't the what ma? 0 to 2.5 lakh. What is the tax rate ma? Nil. Basically exempt. Next, if they haven't the 2.5 lakh to, next slab is what ma? 5 lakh. What is the rate ma? 5%. You have to remember. Next slab 5 lakh to 10 lakh. What is that ma? 20%. How much ma? 20%. Next one ma? 10 lakh above. Whatever that amount is there. Suppose I have an 13 lakhs income ma. Now above 10 lakh how much is there? 3 lakh. On that 3 lakh what is the rate ma? 30%. This is one category. Second category I want to highlight ma. Individual only. Already resident individual covered how many years of age ma? Less than 60. Now who is that ma? R individual means resident individual more than or equal to 60 years but less than how many years ma? 80 years. This fellow only can be called as whom ma? Senior citizen. Why we are written separately ma? Because this fellow having the higher basic exemption limit 0 to how much ma? 3 lakh. No need to pay any tax. 3 lakhs to next slab 5 lakh, 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, how much ma? 20%. Above 10 lakh, how much ma? 30%. Sir, one more category is pending ma. What is that other category ma? Resident individual up to know how many years age persons are covered ma? Above or equal to 60, less than 80. But now more than 80 years resident individual means he can call it as an very or super senior citizen. For this fellow, yes, what are the tax rates we have in which regime? Normal regime as well as old tax regime as well as old regime. Optional regime. What is that basic exemption limit ma? 5 lakh for this fellow. How you know the basic exemption limit? Previously we discussed 0 to 3 lakh is a basic exempt. Now what ma? 5 lakh. 0 to 5 lakh is basically exempt. Next slab ma? Up to 5 lakh already over. Next one ma? 5 lakh to 10 lakh. What is that 5 lakh to 10 lakh slab rate ma? 20%. Now you have to remember here there is no 5% slab. In flow, maybe you can write yes ma nil. After that, what is the slab ma? 5%. If the total income below 5 lakh, if taxable, what is the slab? 5%. Here below 5 lakh entirely what ma? Exempt. Now above 10 lakh, how much ma? Above 10 lakh, how much ma? 30%. Now you have to understood one thing. In this regime, no need to check the residential status, no need to check the what ma? Yes. In which regime? 115 BAC, default tax regime, new regime, no need to check residential status, no need to check yes. For all we have a basic exemption limit of how much ma? 3 lakh. But in this regime, what is the regime ma? Optional tax regime, normal tax regime, yes, old regime. What is the rates we have to follow? Different slab rates. Here we have to consider the age as well as what ma? Residential status also. Clear? Now, this is an income tax liability rates. Then we have to know about the what ma? Surcharge. Shall we start surcharge ma? Are you clear up to now? Now, while discussing the surcharge, I want to tell you here the surcharge rates for whom ma? Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, who are following the which regime? Old regime, optional regime, or default regime. Here also I want to discuss for individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. What is that ma? AJP. But I want to exclude the one type of AOP from here. What is the type of AOP ma? AOP if consisting only companies as in members. Oh, that AOP I will tell you after few minutes ma. So now shall we exclude ma? Other than which ma? Other than one AOP consisting only companies as members. Shall we start ma? So surcharge rates, how we can apply the surcharge ma depends upon whether he is an rich or poor. Am I correct ma? If you are an rich or poor, then only we can levy the what ma? Surcharge. Now, so how we can decide ma whether you are an rich and poor? Based on total income. Based on total income only we can decide, and based on total income only we can apply the surcharge. If your total income is less than or equal to 50 lakh, here also no need to pay even single rupee surcharge also. But more than 50 lakh, yes ma, less than or equal to 1 CR, yes, what is the rate ma? 10% of income tax. That you should not forget. Always you have to remember surcharge rate is applied on what ma? Income tax. Next slab, any idea? More than 1 CR, less than or equal to 2 CR. What is that ma? 15% of income tax. 15% of what ma? Income tax. Now, next slab ma? More than 2 CR, less than or equal to 5 CR. But here more than 5 CR directly 25. Here one more slab they are introduced. What is that ma? More than 2, less than or equal to 5 CR. How much ma? 25% of income tax. Last slab, can you guess ma? More than 5 crore. What is that ma? 37% of income tax. So here what is that maximum surcharge rate ma? 37%. In which regime we have an surcharge maximum rate 37 ma? In optional, normal or old tax regime. Clear as of now? Now Now remember, sir, in exam, if they are asking the tax liability of individual, we have to check. We have to check which regime that SSE is following. So the tax rates we have to use, the surcharge rates we have to use. Clear ma as of now? Now, one more ma. In this total discussion, we are excluded the one type of AOP. Any idea? AOP consisting only companies as a member. So for that AOP income tax rates we know already ma. But which rates we don't know? Surcharge rates. Now immediately as a note point, I want to introduce that SSC. Surcharge rate for, what is that ma? Surcharge rate for AOP consisting only companies as members. Only companies as members. Clear? Total income. Yes ma, surcharge is always levied based on what ma? Total income. 50 lakh exceeds only we have to pay. If your total income less than or equal to 50 lakh, no need to pay what ma? Surcharge. If total income exceeds how much? 50 lakh. How much? And less than or equal to 1 CR. Next, if that AOP consisting as an companies as an members, if they have a total income more than 1 CR, irrespective of the extra how much is their total income, don't want to follow, more than 1 CR always fixed. Remember, these are the only two slabs we have. Can you tell me for whom? AOP consisting only companies as members. Yes, what is the rates we have to follow? Here 10%. Here what is the rate we have to follow ma? 15%. What is the maximum surcharge rate for this type of SSC ma? 15 only. If AOP consisting companies as a members, if their total income below 50 lakh or equal to 50 lakh, no need to pay surcharge. 50 lakh to 1 crore, 10%. More than 1 crore, always how much ma? 15% only. Are you clear ma up to now? Shall we do some questions? We have to solve questions also. In our income tax, yes, always we have to do some questions also. Shall we start doing of some questions ma? So first try to copy this quickly. Now we started the tax rate for whom? Individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJB. How many regimes are there for this type of SSCs ma? Two regimes. The first one 115 BSc 1A, default tax regime, new regime. Here no need to check the age and residential status, irrespective of this. Always how much basic exemption made? 3 lakh. Next, okay, if you want to follow optional, normal or old, you can follow that option given in which section ma? 115 BSc subsection 6. Now, what is that? Basic exemption limit depends upon age, residential status. We have a different basic exemption limit. This tax rates we know. Surcharge rates also we know. Ma, in default tax regime, what is the maximum surcharge rate? 25. In normal, 37. But in case of companies consisting, sorry, in case of AOP consisting only companies as a members, what is the maximum surcharge rate? 15. Please copy that. Just mark quickly, you can copy. I think all of you having the calculators also. Okay. Can I scroll it down, Ra? Just mark copied. Yes, if it is over, please let me know. I will scroll it down. Done now? Done now? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Please copy. Surcharge always calculated on income tax. That's why we can call it as an tax on tax. Dannara? Okay, ma. All of you. Next, this also you need to write. Separately, we discussed the surcharge rate for the AOPs who are, so in that only companies as what ma members. If it is done, then we can do two problems for individual HF AOP BOI ma. Done ra? Done. Now ra. Ma, please check ra. Two questions I want to give you. So please try to do the problems ma. Okay. Question number 1. I think first question we are solving in our income tax. Shall we do ra? Yeah. Question number 1. First I will give you the question ra. I will give you the time also. First try to solve on your own. After that I will explain. Now Mr. X, who is that SSA ma? Mr. X has total income. How much total income? Yes, rupees. Total income of rupees 56 lakh. How much ma? 56 lakh. For which previous year? 24, 25. Now they are asking compute tax liability. Compute tax liability for which assessment year ma? 25, 26. In this year he having income, but in which year he is required to pay the tax ma? In assessment year, in next financial year. So under which tax regime? Here individual. He can follow two regimes also, but clearly in this question they are given under default tax regime. Under which section ma? Under section 115 BAC subsection 1A. In some exams they can give 115 BAC also, but they can give 115 BAC subsection 1A also. Clear ra? Try on your own ra, in rough paper. Just try on your own. Whether your answer will be matching with my answer or not, you can check ra. Please give a try. Just I will give you 4 minutes time. Now 5:19, 5:23 you have to tell me your answers. I want to write your answers also here. I don't want to know ra. I don't want to know. I don't want to say anything. Here I am given the please compute tax liability. Please compute tax liability. You know what do you mean by the tax liability? What are the things we are going to add in order to get tax liability also, you know. So that's why please tell me what is a tax liability. Online, Akash, you can try. Malod also you can try. Dana. Okay, please tell me your answers also. Akka, how much you got? 19 lakhs. Okay, I will write it down in the next page, ma. 19 lakh 29. Okay, your answer. Next, second, ma. If sorry, 15 lakh 7,000. Okay. Your answer. 18 lakh 48,000. Okay, Malavika, Anish answer, Udbhav answer. Okay, now 13 lakh 16. Your name Teja. Hero 18 lakh. Your name Sai. Okay. So then itself you can understood how our results also will be in a final exams. Okay, Akash saying, okay, super. So this is an Anish, it is an Akash. Okay, 16 lakh 80,000. Okay, after, okay, I will solve. But if they are given this same question in an exam, so how to do this? First you have to write solution for this question. How to present in that exam, that is also important. What is that question requirement? Tax liability computation. So that's why we have to give the side heading same as it is. Computation of, what is that? Computation of what? Tax liability. You can write along with me. Tax liability of whom? Mr. X. Oh, previous year. Sorry, directly we can tax liability for assessment year 25, 26. This is the heading we need to give. Then only, yes sir, examiner will understood which question you are writing as an, sorry, for which question you are writing answer also they can easily identify. That's why heading is important. Now, for this question, particulars, yes sir, particulars and computation amount. These three columns are very important. I will tell you here we have to follow the slab rates or not ma? Yes. What is the basic exemption limit ma? 3 lakh. Why? Here SSC is following the which tax regime ma? Default tax regime means what is that basic exemption limit? Now please tell me. First slab 0 to 3 lakhs. Is there any amount we have to pay? No. Next 3 lakhs to 7 lakh. What is that amount increased in this slab ma? 4 lakh. On that 4 lakh, what is that amount of tax liability ma? 5%. Exactly 7 lakh income ma. First 3 lakh no need to pay the tax. 3 lakhs to 7 lakh, what is that income? 4 lakh. On that 4 lakh, what is the percentage? 5%. Please tell me how much amount ma? 20,000. Next 7 lakh to 10 lakh. How much amount ma? 3 lakhs. On that, what is the tax rate ma? 10%. How much? 30,000. Next 10 lakhs to 12 lakh. What is the differential amount ma? 2 lakhs. What is the rate we have to follow? 15. Can you tell me what is that ma? 30,000. Next slab ma? 12 lakhs to 15 lakh. What is that amount? 3 lakh. What is the rate ma? 20%. What is that? 60,000. Now above 15 lakh, what is that income we have? Please calculate ma. 15 lakh above, how much amount we have ma? 41 lakh. On that 41 lakh, what is the next slab ma? 30. How many are you taken the 25 here? Clearly a return, there is no 25% slab. 30% means how much ma? 12 lakh 30,000. Sir, if I am calculating this all together, I will get income tax liability. How much ma? 13 lakh 70,000. Am I correct? 13 lakh 70,000. It is called as income tax liability. Now we have to calculate the what ma? Surcharge. So tax liability means we have to calculate income tax liability. For that we have to add surcharge. Next we have to add health and education cess. Now for this we have to add what ma? Surcharge. Can you tell me here which tax regime SSC is following ma? Default. Surcharge rates you know already, but here SSC total income is how much ma? 56 lakh. 56 lakhs means in this only what is the surcharge rate ma? 10% of income tax. Below 50 lakh not required. Here what is that amount ma? 50 to 1 crore. In this question we have in 56 lakh. So that's why surcharge at the rate of how much ma? 10%. Remember the surcharge we have to apply on 30 lakh 70,000 into 10%. Please let me know 1 lakh 37,000. Now please calculate both together ma. 15 lakh 7,000. 15 lakh 7,000. One of the answer may be near, but we have to add what ma? One more. What is that? Health and education cess. We have to add the health and education cess H and EC at the rate of what ma? 4%. That isn't fixed ma, always 4%. That 4% we can apply on what ma? 15 lakh 7,000 into 4%. Please let me know what is that amount ma? 60,000 to 80. So finally this is only tax liability. How much? 15 lakh 67,280. This is only answer. This is only how you are going to write in your exam. Okay, but anyone, yes sir, all the answers are wrong only. All the answers are wrong only. The super batch, sir. You are a supermans only. Okay, where? Okay, example. Okay, Akka, where you committed the mistake, Akka? Sorry? Okay. You are not calculated the slab. Directly 56 lakh into 30%. You also. You also. Why we discuss it like slabs? These are the slab rates. Level increases, income also increase. That is only called as progressive nature. If you are increasing your income, tax rates also what ma? Increasing. Example, I haven't 7 lakh. What is the slab rate ma? 5%. If I haven't 12 lakh, directly 15. No. First 3 lakh exam. Next 5%. Next 10. Finally, yes sir, last 2 lakhs related only I have to apply 15. Okay, now I will tell you how this will be worked out in a practical way. I will tell you. What is your total income, Akka? 56 lakh. Okay, maybe students are thinking 0 to 56 lakh. Sir, 56 lakh you have. So that's why, yes, this is an above 15 lakh. Directly you can take 30. That is not correct. Now, can you tell me how it will be worked out, ma? First 0 to 3 lakh. 3 lakh to 7 lakh. Next 10 lakh. Next 12 lakh. Next 15 lakh. Here, what is the tax liability, ma? Because of this 3 lakh, nil. Because of this 4 lakh into what, ma? 5%. Because of this, how much, ma? 3 lakhs into 10%. Because of this income, 2 lakh into 2 lakh into what, ma? 15%. Next 3 lakh into 20%. Next here only for this incremental amount, for this only we have to apply 30. How much, ma? 41 lakh into 30%. Now, if you added, so can you tell me it is an 20,000, it is an 30,000, it is an 30,000, it is an 60,000, it is an 12 lakh 30,000. So if you added these all, then you will get what, ma? Income tax liability. Can you tell me income tax liability how much? Yes, ma? 13 lakh 70,000. For this we have to add surcharge at the rate 10%. Means 10% on 13 lakh 70,000. In flow, maybe you can apply this 10% on what, ma? Total income 56 lakh. That is also wrong. Always we have to apply surcharge rate on what, ma? Income tax liability. How much? 1 lakh 37,000. You will get how much, ma? 15 lakh 7,000. 15 lakh 7,000. Plus we have to add health and education cess at the rate of 4%. This 4% we have to apply on how much? 15 lakh 7,000. So I think how much you will get, ma? 60,280. Finally, what is the tax liability? 15 lakh 67,280. So here slabs means slab increases, tax rate also will increase. Like that you can calculate. Otherwise, this is your computation is totally horrible, sir. 56 lakh into 30% means he needs to pay nearly out of his income 30% he needs to pay it as a tax. 1/3 of his income you want to pay it as a tax. That is incorrect. Slab means what, ma? Every slab, what is that income? What is the tax rate? Next slab, what is that income? What is the slab rate? Are you clear? So written answer. This answer you written in your notes. And if you want to present, this is only the detailed explanation. If you remember this, yes, always you can remember how to compute also. If you want to copy, yes, you can copy. Otherwise, you can go for the next problem. If you want to copy, yes, you can. Otherwise, I will go with the next. Dana. Sorry? A regime another. That's why in the two regimes I excluded the DOP. Dana. Next ma, please check. One more question I want to give you. What is that? Question number 2. Question number 2. Mr. M. Who is that ma? Mr. M. Now you have to solve as per our presentation. If you are doing as it is in your own way, na, definitely it will not give you marks. Mr. M, within the bracket I want to mention the age ma. Age 82 years. How many years? 82 years. As total income, as total income rupees 16 lakh only. How much? Rupees 16 lakh for previous year 24-25. Now please compute tax liability for assessment year, yes ma, 25-26. Yes ma, compute tax liability for assessment year 25-26. Now I am given the additional information ma. Assume, yes ma, this is an additional information important. Assume Mr. M, yes ma, has exercised, yes ma, the option, exercised the option to, can you tell me option means which section provided an option ma? Section 115 BAC subsection 6 is given an option to shift out or opt out. Yes ma, he shifted or opted out. Yes ma, opt out of which regime ma? Default tax regime. Now can you give me what is the meaning of this wording ma totally? Simply he is following the which regime ma? Normal tax rates. He is shifted out or opted tested out from the 115 BAC means what is the regime he is following, ma? Normal tax rate. So in exam they will not give you, ma, but in brackets I am given. So he is following the normal tax regime. So now you can solve the answer. I will give you 4 minutes time. Don't do the rough work. Directly you can do on your class notes, because you know what is a presentation we are going to make also. Anyone having the answer? Akash, what is that answer? Ah. So now one by one, can you tell me? Akka, what is that answer you got? Sorry? 5,80,000. Udbhav, 2 lakh, go 2,80,000. Now, Anish, 2,91,000. Teja, 2,70,70. Sai, 2,39,000. Oh, 39,200. Super. Now please check. So what is that heading we have to give, ma? Computation of which tax? Computation of what, ma? Computation of tax liability of whom? Tax liability of Mr. M for assessment year 25-26. Am I correct? So what is that format, ma? Particulars and computation. What is that? Computation. Last one, ma? Amount. Last one, amount. So now which regime we have to follow, ma? Old or normal. That is only we can call it as an optional. What is that basic exemption limit for that individual having that 82 years of age, ma? 0 to 5 lakh. So nothing but here anything is not mentioned. He is a resident only. Okay. Now up to 5 lakh, what is that, ma? No need to pay any tax. 5 lakhs to 10 lakh. Yes, what is that, ma? 5 lakh we have. Yes, what is the rate, ma? 20%. How much? 1 lakh. Next, above 10 lakh, what is that income we have? 6 lakh. What is the rate we are going to follow? 30%. What is that? You will get 1,80,000. Sir, altogether you got an income tax liability. How much? 2,80,000. But here No need to add surcharge. Why? In this regime, yes sir, in which regime ma? In this regime, when we have to add the surcharge ma? If the total income more than 50 lakh. But here less than or equal to 50 lakh, because what is the total income in our question ma? 16 lakh only. So that's why no need to add surcharge. No need to add surcharge. That's okay. But ఒకసారి డోర్ తెద్దామా? Now, what is that ma? No need to add surcharge, but we have to add what ma? Health and education cess at the rate of 4%. All the components we have to add. Yesterday I told, mandatorily you have to pay the health and education cess on income tax and surcharge. But here surcharge is 0. That's why income tax liability is how much ma? 2,80,000. On this, please pay 4%. Please tell me how much? 11,200. Then you will get how much ma? 200. Whose answer is correct? This answer, Anish answer correct. Clear? 2,91,200. Akka, you got 5,80,000. How you got? Huh? In which area you did a mistake? Noora? Okay, Noora? Huh? Okay, this is you are taken 5%. Then no. If you are not added health and education cess, you need to get 2,80,000. Then you got 2,70,000 only. How? Remember? So how much important this tax rate? In last chapter also we want to calculate tax liability. In every chapter we want to use these tax rates. What are the tax rates ma? Individual, HF, AOP, BOI, AJP only over. Tomorrow I will discuss tax rates relating to whom? Individual, HF, AOP, BOI, AJP over. Tomorrow I will discuss the tax rates relating to these SSEs also. Are you clear up to now? Slab rates are there for flat rates ma? Slab rate. Every slab increases, we have to increase the tax rate also. Clear? Shall we meet tomorrow for discussing few more? And please bring your calculator, and this type of presentation is important in your exam. Yes, anyone can do this type of calculations in calculator only, but in your exam you have to show your computation, how you calculated surcharge, how you calculated health and education says all the things. That's why tomorrow we can do tax rates for the remaining SSEs: partnership firm, company, local authority, cooperative society, and next remaining SSEs we can discuss one. Thank you. Device